After 10 years in exile, fans of grueling psychological horror can finally pack their bags as Silent Hill is reopening to visitors. The legendary psychological horror franchise will return with video games, movies, and maybe interactive streaming series. In this video, I have brought to you the news in detail. Make sure you stick with me to the end so you don't miss any part of the gist. Without any further delay, let's get into it. What movie, series, and games are we expecting from the Silent Hill film? During a YouTube presentation on Wednesday evening, Konami announced a reboot of the acclaimed sequel Silent Hill 2 and 2 new adventures. The remake of Silent Hill 2 is being developed by the Polish studio Bloober Team, known for horror titles such as Blair Witch and The Medium. Also involved are key members of the original Silent Hill development team, including the composer Akira Yamaoka and concept artist Masahiro Ito, best known for his creation of Silent Hill's most infamous monster, Pyramid Head. During an interview video shown as part of the presentation, Bloober Team's creative director, Matthäus Lennart, explained that while the studio wanted to stay true to the atmosphere of the original game, certain elements are being modified for the modern era. This would include a move from a third-person camera to an over-the-shoulder viewpoint. He explained that they want the game to make the same strong impression today as the original did 21 years ago. A post on the PlayStation blog added further details, including the game's development using the new Unreal Engine 5. Silent Hill 2 is set for the PlayStation 5 and PC via Steam. It will require some hefty hardware according to the upcoming game's Steam page. Recommended specs include a GeForce RTX 2080 or AMD Radeon 6800 XT. The specs note that for players hoping to scrape by, playing on minimum requirements should enable the feature to play on low-medium quality settings in Full HD and in stable 30 FPS. From what we can see in the announcement, impressive graphical fidelity seems like a selling point. The original was a graphical powerhouse for 2001, pushing the PlayStation 2 to its limits. No release date is set for the Silent Hill 2 remake. It is available for wishlisting on PS5 right now, however, but Konami was only just getting started. Brand new games in the series were also announced at the event, though details are still very little. The first one is something called Silent Hill Townfall, developed by Observation and No Code, creators of the horror puzzle game Stories Untold, in conjunction with the producer Annapurna Interactive. A teaser trailer featuring a retro portable TV device gave little away, and no details about a release date or platforms were revealed. Perhaps this will be the direction the game will take. No Code creative director John McKellen said players should expect deep psychological horror. The second new title, Silent Hill F, is being developed by China's Neobards Entertainment. It will feature a story written by visual novelist Ryukishi 07, author of the visual novel series When They Cry, and will have monsters designed by artist Kira. Some of their works on Twitter are definitely very surreal and apply well to the style of the series. Konami also teased a possible Until Dawn-like title with Silent Hill Ascension. This will apparently be a live, real-time interactive series where players can change certain outcomes and become a part of the series canon. The game will not feature a reset button, so players will be locked in depending on their choices. Silent Hill Ascension will be coming in 2023, according to Konami. The event also highlighted a brand new mainline title, ushered in with a lavish cinematic trailer that follows a young girl in what seems to be a Japanese sailor-style school uniform, being chased by creeping floral growths a la The Last of Us Cordyceps fungus. The trailer concludes with a woman looking at the camera before her face falls off. Creepy stuff. It seems the game will either be set in or will have something to do with Japan, while previous titles have all been set in Stephen King-flavored Little America. 2 new spin-offs were also announced. A movie is on the way, which is The Return to Silent Hill, from the director Christopher Gans, responsible for the original Silent Hill film. Several media companies, including the interactive live stream specialist GenVid and the J.J. Abrams-founded Bad Robot, are also collaborating on an interactive streaming series named Silent Hill Ascension, set to begin next year, which will allow viewers to change the course of the narrative as it happens. It looks like the new movie will take into account the storyline of Silent Hill 2. I mean the video game, not the critically panned film, in some way. Gans made it known that the movie will tell the story of a young guy coming back to Silent Hill, where he has known a great love, and what he's going to find is a pure nightmare. The movie is very much in pre-production from what we can see in the teaser. teaser. So far, only in the artwork and storyboarding stage, and the series mascot Pyramid Head is confirmed to be returning, as well as some of the creatures of the 2006 film. During the transmission, the producer Motoi Akamoto confirmed that Konami is working with other developers around the world on further Silent Hill projects, yet to be announced. The Silent Hill series has been dormant for a decade, with the last installment, the poorly received Silent Hill Downpour, arriving in 2012. At that time, a reboot of the series titled Silent Hills went into development at Kojima Productions, the studio set up by Hideo Kojima, creator of Metal Gear. That project was announced via a short playable demo titled PT, released in 2014 and widely considered the scariest video game experience ever made. A year later, however, Silent Hills was cancelled amid reports of nosediving morale and poor working environments within Konami Studios. For a number of years, it looked as if Konami was more interested in its hugely profitable pachinko business machine than the somewhat unpredictable video games market. 2 years ago, however, rumors began circulating that the publisher was to reignite 3 of its key video game franchises: Metal Gear, Castlevania, and Silent Hill, with numerous projects and development studios mentioned, but without any official confirmations. At the time, gaming news sites speculated that there might be more than one new Silent Hill title in development, including a reboot or continuation of the main series. It wasn't until Sunday night, however, that a tweet from the official Silent Hill account, beginning with the tantalizing sentence, "In your restless dreams, do you see that town?" promised an official announcement video. Konami may have been absent from Silent Hill for a decade, but after the 45-minute stream, the extent of its commitment to that eerie little town became very clear indeed. Konami is investing heavily in the intellectual property with all these releases. It is an explosion of new content coming for something that players have been talking about and asking for since the doom that befell PT and Silent Hills. Longtime fans should remain somewhat cautious though. The series is known in equal measure for industry-changing games and for disappointing flops. Titles like Silent Hill Downpour and Silent Hill Homecoming spring to mind, both of which were critically mediocre and commercially underperformed. Hopefully, the teams behind the new games and movies are ready to take on the legendary intellectual property, because if they aren't, the fans will surely let them know. Next up, let's talk about Silent Hill the movie of 2006 in more detail. Based on the best-selling horror action game, Silent Hill stars Radha Mitchell as Rose, a desperate mother who took her adopted daughter Sharon to the town of Silent Hill in an attempt to cure her of her ailment. After a violent car crash, Sharon disappeared and Rose began her desperate search to get her back. She descended into a fog of smoldering ash and into the center of the twisted reality of a town's terrible secret. Pursued by grotesquely deformed creatures and townspeople stuck in permanent purgatory, Rose began to uncover the truth behind the apocalyptic disaster that burned the town 30 years back. Dare to step inside the horrific town of Silent Hill, where darkness preys on every soul and hell's creations await around every corner. But know that once you enter, there is no turning back. If you are a parent watching this video, here is what you need to know about the movie Silent Hill. This film is too violent for children. The storyline takes the form of a nightmare, so connections between scenes and events are sometimes hard to follow. The town is ostensibly located over an ongoing coal mine fire, and the general mythos has to do with a cult that accuses and burns witches in order to maintain the group's purity. Characters burn, stab, shoot, and throw rocks at each other. The movie includes a couple of vehicle crashes, frequent scenes where the mother and her daughter scream in terror. Men in miners' gear appear to threaten Rose, mainly because they look scary in goggles and overalls. Various monsters are misshapen and zombie-like human types, able to shapeshift in bad, dreamy fashion. The monsters attack with swords. The cop shoots until she's out of ammo and then submits to a dire beating. Characters are burnt to death, with skin melting, bubbling, and charring. That concludes today's video. If you found the video helpful, do consider giving us a thumbs up, and don't forget to share the video with your friends and family. See you next time.